I'm going to be taking you on a behind the scenes of a branding shoot that I did for a local small business here in my city. We're going to be covering the initial email that I had with the client to land this client, as well as how I organized myself for the day of the shoot, as well as we're going to be going through the final delivery with the client. Hey friends, my name is Nefertiti. Welcome back to my channel. If you have not already liked and subscribed, please do so in the link below, so then that way you can be up to date with everything that we chat about. This channel is all about inspiring photographers and business owners how to build a profitable business to be a full-time entrepreneur. So a little behind the scenes on myself. I have been a wedding photographer for the past 7 years. Last year during COVID, I opened up a photography studio in the middle of Code Red and in the middle of a lockdown. I was not able to open my business for a couple of months, but that was okay. It ended up working out in my favor. The first, 8 to 10 months that I opened, I serviced over 500 photographers that had came through my space, and a lot of them are still repeat clients that utilize the space here. We have had some pretty cool content creators, local photographers, even a movie company. Hallmark has filmed a couple of movies in here, so I'm really excited to chat about that at a later time. Recently, due to all this, I decided to take a whole year off of doing my own sort of photography just so that I can concentrate on making the studio profitable and making it my full-time job. And I'm so excited to say that I have been a full-time entrepreneur as of last year. I have not had to have a part-time job or a full-time job like I had in the years prior. I had always had a full-time job and did photography on the side, knowing that it was something I wanted to do full-time. And one of the things that I was asked recently by somebody who's looking to just start their business was, what are some things that I wish I knew 7 years ago that I could give them some advice on? And I've been thinking about it all weekend. And I was kind of remembering that when I had first started, I was very much so a people pleaser. I didn't really bother too much about doing model release forms. Contracts were only used for wedding photography, and now I use a contract for any type of photography that I do. I send model release forms for any type of work that I do, and the importance of why I do that is because I've had not the greatest experiences in the past when I would ask for I would do a free shoot in exchange to be able to utilize photos from my portfolio. And a lot of times I was finding that clients would just say, no, I don't want you to use my photos because I don't like how I look. And so I would spend a lot of time, energy, and money on photo shoots that I wasn't even allowed to use. And they were absolutely beautiful photos, but I couldn't use them because the person didn't want me to. So I think when you are clear about these things at the beginning, it's totally fine to go and do a free photo shoot when you're first wanting to build your portfolio. But you also have to protect yourself so that you can use those photos. And the more clear you are in the beginning, the easier it makes the entire process, which you're gonna see in today's video. The start and the finished product, you're gonna see the client's reaction of how she received the photos. You're going to see my feedback that I received from her, and you're gonna see how I keep myself organized. And it's very easy. It's not hard at all. So I'm really excited to go and share that with you. And as I had mentioned, please like and subscribe in the link below if you want to keep up with all of the latest conversations that we have here. So you're going to be seeing the reactions from business owner. So there's Mercy. She's going to be seeing her photos for the first time, her photo shoot. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So this is your cover photos. Yes, so you're going to get, thank you. You're going to see your cover photos. Yeah, so they look really nice. I think the purple was great because we were able to.
I love the purple background.
Yeah, and it matches your brand.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, we've got.
Wow.
What do you think?
so beautiful. I love it.
I know. So
You are the best. I love it.
thank you. So I charge $500 per hour in addition to the studio. So what does that $500 give you? I have learned that you have to have an equal exchange of, you don't want to underprice yourself too much, because if you do, you're going to start to resent yourself, but you don't want to also overcharge if you're just wanting to get into the industry. Otherwise, you're probably not going to get any jobs. So there is kind of a trial period where you're trying to kind of figure out doing things for a little bit less money, just so that you can get some portfolio under your belts. But that's not what we're talking about today. I think I'm going to have to do a video at some point of how to price yourself. And right now I know that I still undercharge myself, but it may not feel like it's undercharging to some photographers. Just because I charge $500 for an hour, it doesn't mean that I'm pocketing that $500. It means that I have to take into account how much time it's going to take me to edit the photos, and that has to be taken into consideration. And since this is only my second video, you may want to check the last video, which is a studio tour of the 5 different studio rooms that I rent out to other photographers. So on one hand, I'm a photography studio owner that rents out my space by the hour to other local creatives, business owners, you name it, the list goes on. On the other hand, I still am a photographer and I still service clients that I want to work with. So without further ado, I'm going to talk about the experience. So I had sent her a questionnaire and asked her, are you looking for like headshots? Are you looking for products? The more detail that you get, then you kind of know what you're dealing with. And from there, I was able to go and send her a quote for what the job would be. What does that $500 include? How much time does that give them? Again, the more information that you have prior to the day of the shoot will help you out in the long run. If you can ask the proper questions, this will allow you to give a proper quote. And if you can have a proper quote, everyone's going to be happy. Your client is going to know exactly what to expect. And on the day of, it's going to go seamless, it's going to go smooth, and you're going to be able to deliver photos that is really going to put a smile on your client's face. As you can see, I sent the client a feedback form after the delivery of the photos, and this is just to help me figure out where can I keep growing in. And I was very pleased to see that this client was extremely happy, and she had said she would want to work with us again. So if there's anything that I have learned, it's to try to exceed the client's expectations, and I really believe that that starts at the very beginning of the appointment to create a tone for the rest of the shoot day as well as the delivery, which all in all will give you really good customer service and a repeat client. I'm going to also have links to the websites that I use. This is by all means not sponsored by any of like Pixieset or anything like that. It's just a service for photographers that I have used since 2015, as soon as I graduated photography school, and they have been growing with their service that they just rolled out a studio manager, and I absolutely love it. It has made my life so much easier, so I think that you guys will also benefit from it as well. So welcome to my Pixieset interface. This here is what I've been using since 2015 to send client galleries. These are the different collections that I have. It allows you to go and send high resolution and web size files. It allows you to sell digital prints or physical prints. And then today we're actually going to be talking about the studio manager. So let me just quickly get into that right away. As you can see here, once you're in the interface, this is a beautiful way to keep things organized by clients. You can send invoices, contracts, questionnaires, which is what I had sent the client earlier, quotes, and it allows you to have templates here for different contracts. So I like to go and send contracts to my clients for everything. weddings, all the different services that I provide, and it allows you to see what has been signed, what's in process, what's in the queue, and I absolutely love that. Just to recap what we had chatted about, we talked about of how important it is to be organized before your session. We chatted about being able to send a client a quote so that everyone's on the same page, being able to send a contract, being able to send a model release form. We touched a little bit about pricing. We chatted about what I price myself at. But really this channel is about helping you turn your hobby into a full-time profession if that's what you're wanting to do, or even just leveling up your business skills. In the next video, I'd like to chat a little bit more in depth about what should be in your contracts, your model release form, your quotes, that sort of thing. And if you have any specific questions for me, I'd love to try to answer them. You can feel free to write me in the comments and let me know what you would like to hear from me. Anyway, I hope that you're having a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and peace.